5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
The Wild Things sweep the Gateway Grizzlies at home and improve their playoff match number to 14. I think still a bit early to be talking about that number, but we'll go with it anyway. Washington now 45-33. They're a half game behind Gateway for third in the conference right now, and not too far behind Lake Erie and Schaumburg for first in the conference right now. I think it's going to be a fun couple of weeks here as we head down the stretch of the 2025 season.
You talked about 14 not really being too much of a relevant number right now. You know what is? 2. 2 games separate Washington from the top. That means the top 4 teams in the Midwest Conference are now separated by just 2 games. You want to talk about a close playoff race? That's as close as it gets. And I think, like you said, we're headed for a very, very fun final 3 weeks of the regular season.
Roster freezes tomorrow. Things are shaping up.
And I think they're shaping up pretty well for Washington. You get the sweep here. Obviously, I think more of a blip, I think it's fair to say, against Windy City, and you swept Lake Erie. Those are 2 sweeps in the last week and a half against playoff teams. I think that the Wild Things match up really well against any of the other Midwest playoff teams. They've had success against all of them. I think they're no worse than, I think, even or maybe 1 game below in the season series with those 3 teams, those being Schaumburg, Lake Erie, and Gateway now. So you're positioning yourself well, and especially so after tonight, where you don't want to make too much out of 1 game, but that's a tough-fought win, especially against a good team in Gateway and a team that's been very good on the road for the most part this year.
Let's talk about it and go through the scoring. Washington started the scoring in the bottom of the 4th inning, a 3-run frame. Back-to-back singles to start the inning by Andrew Check and Wagner Lagrange. Jeff LaCorey tried to sacrifice those guys over, but would pop a bunt up, and that would fail to get the sacrifice work done. And the first out of the inning led to Ethan Wilder coming to the plate with runners at first and second. He would poke a double up the right field line to bring in Andrew Check and start the scoring. Next batter, Cole Fowler, brought home both Lagrange and Wilder with a book roll double off a bounce and over the wall in left center field, and that made it 3-0 Washington. Gateway failed to score until the top of the 8th inning. A leadoff single by Sawyer Smith was erased on a fielder's choice by Cole Brannon's bat, but Dale Thomas, the next hitter, would step up and hit a 2-run homer, his 13th of the year, and he's up to 58 runs batted in for the Gateway Grizzlies as well. The 2-run homer made it a 3-2 score. Joe Nahas gave up that homer after relieving Sebastian Rodriguez, who went 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a hit batter. The starter gets the win for Washington. He's 3-2. Joe Nahas does end up with a hold, and Andrew Herbert came on for the save in the 9th inning and worked a 1-2-3 frame, ending it with a strikeout after he got back-to-back ground balls to the middle infield to start the inning on his first 2 pitches of the frame. So Herbert picks up the save. It's his 11th. The loser is Lucas Weinberg's. A tough luck loss for him in a quality start. 6 innings, 3 runs. He falls to 5-4. Rodriguez is 3-2, and Herbert his 11th save. The final line totals: Washington 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors, and 7 left on base. For the Grizzlies, it's 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left aboard for Gateway today. Time of the game, 2 hours and 17 minutes. It was played in front of a crowd announced at 2,357 Jedi Younglings all in attendance for the finale today on Star Wars Night and Kids Eat Free Sunday presented by Pathways. The Wild Things are 45-33. Gateway falls to 45-32. Washington heads to Canada tomorrow to start a series with Trois-Rivières on Tuesday, and then we'll have a championship series rematch over the weekend at Quebec. another chance to play a right now playoff team when we get to Quebec Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But we've touched on it a little bit already. That's a really solid win. Obviously, it's a very impressive sweep for Washington against a team that they took it to you in Gateway. I mean, Washington did not look good out there. I think the reverse can probably be said for this series. Gateway struggled offensively, but Washington, I think you've got to tip the cap a lot to the pitching staff. 4 straight quality starts now, 6 quality starts in the month of August, and the bullpen's been lights out. They've only allowed 1 run it's 3 runs. They've allowed 3 runs all month out of the bullpen.
Yeah, and obviously we're not fully into August yet, still only August 10th, but so far this has been by far the best month that we've seen out of these Wild Things pitchers. I think that the pitching staff as a whole, both starting and bullpen, is probably deeper than it's been at any point this season. Obviously, it starts with Kobe Foster. Jordan DiValerio has looked like his, former self, his 2023, 2024 self, and even better the last month or two. Reggie Grace is back, and I think he's going to be really big down the stretch. And you're getting the best starts you've seen all year long from Zach Kirby and Sebastian Rodriguez. This is a pitching staff that is playoff ready. That is deeper than almost any other team, and you could argue any other team in the Frontier League. And this is an offense that, as we've seen, has the capability to put up big numbers against the best pitching staffs in the league. You saw it against Lake Erie about a week ago, and you saw it in this series against Gateway.
That'll do it for us on the game's perspective. Anything you would like to add? You're done.
Yeah.
For the summer. Matthew Gustafson's final game with us is our intern.
I'd just like to thank everybody who's listened over the summer. I feel like I've learned a lot, grown a lot, and I hope that I've done this job, this organization, and this booth, and you, Kyle, justice. I think this is a special organization and a special fan base. You don't see a team that has a strong connection, this strong a connection to the community very often. I've never seen so many people, tailgating each day before a game and walking around in downtown or wherever in Washington, just bumping into people and having a conversation about the team. That is something that is pretty special. It doesn't happen a lot of places, and I'm glad that I could be part of it for a summer. Like I said, I think we're going to have a really fun next month. This is going to be a lot of fun in the playoffs, and believe me, if this team faces Gateway, you better believe I'm going to try to find a way to be there.
Find a way to get to Sauget for whatever that series may be. Well, Matt, thank you. Great job all summer long, and that'll do it for us now completely. Certainly appreciate the effort, certainly appreciate the hard work, and we certainly appreciate you for tuning in to the broadcast all summer long, and as you continue to do so on the Wild Things Baseball Network presented by Rocco's Rules and the Frontier League Network powered by Home Team Network. The final score once again today, Washington 3 and Gateway 2, as the Wild Things break out the brooms and sweep away the Baseball Bears. We head to Canada, airtime 6:50 on Tuesday night. Les Aigles de Trois-Rivières on tap for the Washington Wild Things at 45 and 33. For Matthew Gustafson and all of us in Washington, Kyle Dawson, okay, bye. A wind and a 3-2 home by Rodriguez to Thomas. Fastball swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. One away. Here's a defense behind Rodriguez, which he did not use quite yet.
A look back at second. Feinbergs delivers. Breaking ball. LaCory Weiler sticks the bat out. That one gets into right field. Check waved around. The throw home is not in time. Wild Things lead 1-0.
Excuse me, swing by Ethan Wilder, 69 off the bat, but that one got by DJ Stewart at first base and allows Check to scamper home with the game's first run. Again, put the ball in play. Sometimes good things happen.
Again, you see that aggressive defense from Gateway. First pitch, sent out to the left center gap, solidly hit by Fowler. That one's going to get over the head, hit onto the top. That one's a ground rule double. 3-0 Wild Things. Isaac Matson with the Pittsburgh Pirates went 2/3 of an inning. Did not allow a hit earned run with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Speaking of strikeouts, Mateo goes chasing after fastball up and away for strike 3. Reggie Grace, breaking ball swung at and missed for strike 3. And Jordan DiValerio is right up there with the trio.
3-1 home. Mateo lines it out towards center. Watson on the move over, makes the catch. Little deja vu, throw back to first base, doubles off the runner. Looking to finish it off. Out of the windup, the pitch swung on and missed. From miracle to heartbreak, Washington sweeps the series. The Wild Things win